Hello viewers, it's Super GT here again. This is the V8 Supercars. Welcome back to this series. Now here we are at Mount Panorama. All of us are going to try and tame the mountain, or in my case probably drive around like an absolute idiot. This was, well, it's going to be a tough one for me. As you can see, I've qualified at the back of Lobby A, so my usual stuff there. Off the line, let's see what I can do from, well, 16th now, going up the outside of Speed Freak, a little bit slow there, caught behind ACR Datsun, round turn 1, Hamish a little bit wide, knee wide as well, then Datsun's just going to come across and we're going to meet in the middle, and well, that didn't go too well. Going to get back past Speed Freak and Datsun, well, about 4 or 5 of us involved there, so gaining 2 positions, or 1 position overall. Coming up the hill then, that's Mr. Jack facing the wrong way, facing back down the hill, and back through past Hamish up into 12th. Now, this is a very tricky section of the circuit. I really couldn't quite get to grips with it at all. Like literally, I could not get grip in this car because my tuning wasn't quite up to scratch. I tried, I can say that at least. And then we're going to come back down the hill now. This is probably, well, arguably the toughest part of the lap to get consistently. This part right here, we flick to the left, lots of undulations, and you can carry a lot of speed if you get it right, but it is hard to get right if you're my level, which isn't quite as good as some of the guys in here. We've got some very, very fast drivers in this lobby. So we're behind the Frenchman, ESC Balatique, as we head down the hill towards the Chase chicane in 12th place. As you can see here, I do have the run. My straight line speed wasn't too bad actually. I was hitting 180, which is okay in the Volvo. Looking up the inside from maybe a little bit too far back, I can't really pull out once I've committed to braking, and it's going to end quite badly for me. Hamish around the outside, Speed Freak almost going round, but just having to go to the back of me. Datsun getting a run into turn number 23, the final turn on the circuit. I go way wide and he's through into 13th, and then Speed Freak is going to get more momentum as well, and I'm down into 15th. So it's just Mr. Jack behind me who was facing backwards on lap 1, but I think he's going to go into the pits. So then as we go round to the top of the hill once again, lap number 2 of 10, coming down the hill, well, these two guys having a massive coming together, bit of a collision, and I've gained 2 places. So again, it's that tricky section, and it caused a safety car, as you can see here. So this is the end of the safety car period at the end of lap number 4 as we go to cross the line to start lap number 5. Let's see then what we can do here from 12th place in the pack. Into the back of Speed Freak straight away, not a very good line at all. Force 1 behind me, he got caught up in an incident. Up ahead we have someone spinning off, Senna almost colliding with him. I could not quite see where he was. And it's that thing again, like I mentioned in my previous video, the smoke. Now, I think there's too much smoke in this game because as soon as someone spins, he just deploys a smoke screen, and it just makes it so hard for anyone else to see what the hell they're doing. And in the most likely scenario is that you're just going to plough into the back of the guy who spun out, which is very annoying. But then coming up the hill, that's a tricky turn, that one. Trying to get the power on there without getting wheel spin is almost impossible. So I was struggling through there a lot. Again, I could have tuned it out. I could have tuned my car to get rid of that, but wasn't quite able to do that, unfortunately. Didn't have the most time in the world either in preparation for this video, race. Balatique going wide and coming back across. He got caught on the curb, and he's going to come back across, and well, that obviously didn't go very well. After another safety car period, so he spent most of the time behind the safety car period. This is the restart. Speed Freak losing out there, so going back up into 14th. I think at this rate the safety car is actually going to win the race. He seems to have done the most laps so far. So then we are in 14th as it stands here, and then coming up the hill, lap number 7, we only have 3.5 left to go. At this point it's going to get very, very cosy indeed. You just see here, just having to back out on Mr. Jack. Senna going around the outside, but then just grazing the wall, so I can still tuck in just behind Mr. Jack once again, having to back out slightly to make sure I don't tap his rear quarter panel and spin him out, causing a massive accident. It's those walls. As soon as you touch one of the walls, it really is likely that you're going to cause a massive crash, especially with this level of driver. We race so close to each other. They have next to no time to react if someone in front of you crashes. So yeah, just minimising the amount of accidents if possible. It can be very tricky though, as you'll see in just a moment. Actually, in race 2, it's going to get very, very cosy indeed. So round turn number 18, the dipper, as we come downhill. Then at the end of the lap, coming into the final turn, I was on the back foot, didn't have a good chase section. Takes free centre up the inside, not leaving me much room on the exit, so I kind of had to back out there. Speed Freak into the back of me. So I'm into 15th and on the back foot. It really isn't very, very convincing at all. I'm always pleased to be in Lobby A, so I'm always learning something, I guess. But then on lap number 8, so just over 2 laps left to go, still keeping up with Senna for that lap, but then we do have Speed Freak right on our tail. As we can see there, the proximity arrow, and he's got the run on me. He's a Volvo tuned for top speed optimization, as we can see up the inside, and I'm down into last place. So clearly this race has not gone to plan at all. I did start 15th, so I guess I haven't lost out too much, and I was involved in an incident as well, which doesn't help at all. So then coming into the chase on the 9th lap, out of 10, that's Datsun on the right hand side, into the wall. So I'm going to go through into 15th, which of course isn't last. So one more lap after that, lap number 10 of 10. They actually got very close at the end here. Balatique and Speed Freak had some sort of incident. I think Speed Freak's slowing down to let Balatique go back past, but in doing so he almost let me back into the race, and I almost got another position there by just finishing 15th. Top 10 get reversed for race 2, so Hamish will be on pole. So 15th, not the best result at all, but oh well. I definitely will look forward to next week where I can try and tune a bit better. That was the fastest grid walk of all time, so good luck trying to decipher that one. And then going into turn 1, this is race number 2, the feature race, twice as long as the previous one, so 40 minutes in length, 19 laps with 1 pit stop. So through the first turn, fairly clean this time, no one spun out, but Red Line definitely losing out quite a lot. He was a bit further up and going straight to the back of the pack. Coming down the second straight, the mountain straight, towards turn number 2, right on the tail of Balatique. Going to move across, Senna's on the inside, and I've got the inside line here. So I'm through on Balatique, up into 14th place, Red Line following me through as well. And then we're just going to try and pick off any positions we can basically. I'm really not confident on pace overall, lapping mainly in the 206s, where some of these guys are dipping the 204s, so it's quite a long way off. But then coming up here, it's just going to be an almighty clusterfuck. So all of us laying the smackdown on each other, and well, just caused another 8-car pile-up, which is more akin to a hopper. So it went really quite badly. Now my files on my Xbox, well, on my PC, didn't really want to work after this. The sound kind of messed up, and the file would not want to load into Sony Vegas. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of the remainder of the race with no sound. So I think this track is in Australia, but it turns out that it's actually in space or a vacuum, because there's no sound from this point onwards. So this is lap number 16. I'm in 9th. I'm in a comfortable 9th, picking off a couple of people. But then this is the most retarded thing I've ever seen. Coming out the back straight, Red Line comes out the pits, and I'm just going to tap him, the slightest tap. And it's just going to cause a load of damage, which is really silly, because you can see that was just the most nothing tap of all time, and it's completely killed my car. At the end of the race, we're going to come through to finish 13th of 13, of 16, because 3 people left, so you can say I beat them. But there we go, finishing in dead last out of the actual finishers. And well, overall not the best result compared to Sebring, definitely not, where I finished 5th and 6th. So definitely going downhill in that respect. But we look forward to Rio next week, which is going to be very interesting indeed. I've never raced V8 Supercars around Rio, so I think next week is going to be a very, very interesting race. So definitely tune in for that one, which will be on Friday night on the Twitch stream, and Saturday night for my video. But that is going to bring an end to this round and this video. I do hope you enjoyed the video. As always guys, stay clean out on the track, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.